In this video, I will become the Tottenham Hotspur manager and I'll try to get them to win the Premier League and the Champions League in as few seasons as possible. Despite not having the legend Harry Kane in our team any longer, the team is looking strong as ever, and at the time of saying this, Tottenham look on course to actually get into the Champions League after a year of not being in major competitions. Our current team is looking absolutely solid, especially with the sign-ins that Ange Postecoglou brought into the team. Defense has not always been our strength, but now we have some really good defenders and our defense is sorted. Our midfield is absolutely solid, but we might have to make a few changes with our attacking play. So whether it means that we buy new players or we develop the players that we currently have in our academy or in the team. Richarlison is on form again and is proving everyone wrong, and we're starting to see the old Timo Werner back, but let's get into the game and see how good a start we can get. For tactical vision, I'll choose wing play because I'd like to use the wingers and the fullbacks to supply the ball to the strikers. And yes, Tottenham have been known to play counter-attack, but I think I'd like to develop the sides, the wings. I'm not very good at this game, so I tend not to play very long balls because most of the time, especially with a higher difficulty level, the opponent will just get it. So I prefer just a few passes and some really quick players running down the wing and the crosses into the box. I tend to score a lot from corners, so that's what we'll be hoping for. Somebody in the middle, like Richarlison, who's able to actually head the ball into the goalpost. Our youth academy is looking good, but I'm not looking to develop any players from there. So we will try to sign our first player, Eric Lamela. So far, negotiations are going quite well. We've been able to settle on a starting price, transfer price that is, and now we'll try and see what his salary will be like in this team. We'll try to poach him from Sevilla and hopefully he'll bring a bit of attacking play, especially on the wings, because we're looking for somebody to add a bit of experience and help with squad depth, because if we get injuries, it's a bit tricky because our star players are the ones that are really carrying the team. The current players we have in development, I think would need maybe a year or two more to advance a bit more, a bit more game time, and with that time they can be the new face of the team. But oh no, the first deal that we've tried to do, the first sign-in will not go through, and Lamela's agent is definitely not happy, especially with that sign-in price that we've put. I'll be honest, it's a bit on the low side. I do not know why I'm being greedy because the team has quite a big budget. But here we'll try and sign our next player. We've paid his contract clause fee, which is quite high if I'm being honest, but I wanted to sign him as quick as possible because he could retire considering his age. But I wanted to bring in a bit more squad depth and a lot of experience because he's the CF Montreal captain. At least that's as far as I know. Victor Wanyama, a Kenyan player, the only Kenyan player to actually play in the Premier League from what I know. And he played for Spurs, leaving the team in around 2020 for CF Montreal. So his defense stats are decent. He has the power header stat. So having him in the box during a corner will be pretty useful, and he can actually score long shots once in a while. So I'd like to get him. He plays as a defensive midfielder or even a fullback. Center back rather, so that he can at least teach the younger players and build them up so that they can be able to now take over the team properly. There we go, our first signing of the season. We're not done yet. We'd like to at least have a decent number of players, increase our squad depth as I had mentioned, and we'll try and win the Premier League in as few seasons as possible and aim for the Champions League. It's quite difficult, especially the Champions League, because a lot can happen, especially if we head all the way to penalties. It's honestly like a 50-50 chance. I've signed Bergvall too. I have no idea why I'm holding the shirt like that. But he will be a prospect player. Right now his rating is not too high. But we will develop him and he will be one of the future players of this club. Really excited to see what he will be able to do. Our next signing is Adama Traore, the man with the stature of a bodybuilder. And he claims he does not actually do weight training. How he gets all that muscle I have no idea. But he has incredible sprint speed. Despite his size, I think he'll be a solid rotation player. We've got Kulusevski and Johnson playing on that wing, so I might move Johnson to the left and leave Kulusevski as a starter and then bring on Adama every now and then so that the players get some time to rest. So our team is looking really good, and we can actually cause trouble for the top teams in the Premier League. And we'll now go on to the first match of the season, which will be the Continental Cup. And we'll be going against Bayern Leverkusen, definitely not a team to underestimate. Big stadium we're playing at. I wouldn't say the most beautiful because I like stadiums that have roofs. But kickoff is underway. I'm loving the graphics, the team logos on the grass. And off we go. We're going to try and press the other team, try and get the ball before they even get to our defense and possibly counter them. Managed to nick the ball. We've got an attacking player. He does not position himself well enough. Kulusevski on the ball. Pedro Porro is making an amazing run. This is exactly why I like the fullbacks of this team. So now switch back, cross to the player, the attacker, keeper saves that one. I think I took a bit too long to shoot the ball because he practically turned around. Maddison with the first shot of the day. Very easy save for the keeper. Maddison is our corner taker. I'm loving his curve. Let's try and aim away from the keeper and get someone who's in the box. Richarlison manages to shoot, but the defender defies physics and saves the ball. He is not even fazed by that heavy shot by Richarlison. Somehow the ball temporarily stops. Zero momentum, is just on the spot. It slides a bit and he kicks it away. But it's fine. We'll get a redemption and manage to score. Well, hopefully. Good work by Højbjerg. Good defensive work by Højbjerg to get the ball away from the player and at least help our defenders to run back. Good play from Leverkusen. They've managed to get past our midfield. Romero with a world-class steal from the guy that had the ball manages to leave him on the floor. We're back attacking. Son with the ball. Udogie is making a run. I think he has maybe 90 pace or something quite close to that. But we also have Van de Ven, the centre back, one of the quickest centre backs in the world. Probably one of the fastest players in the Premier League. So when it comes to our defense, our defenders can score, our defenders can run, and they can defend. Hopefully this team will be able to do well. Most people tend to swap Van de Ven out even before he actually plays a single game when they do a Spurs career. But with a bit of development, especially considering how fast he is, he will be an absolutely solid player. Maddison is running with the ball on Son's wing. I do not think he is as fast as Son, but he manages to knock the ball past the defender. A bit of a cutback, leaving the defender running straight ahead. Try to pass it to Højbjerg. He shoots the ball, but the keeper manages to save it. Not enough power in that instance. I played across to Son. Teller tried to get the ball, but Son manages to somehow tackle the ball. It's now in Maddison's feet. I hoped the run by the player on the far left, probably Udogie, would have been quicker, but the defenders saw it. Now we're just trying to maintain possession. We're in the box. Maddison shoots, but straight at the keeper. Really risky play to pass to your player when one of my players is actually in the box. But he clears the ball and I still maintain possession. There's a foul. I don't know whose side. I have the ball, but we lose it not long after. Grimaldo with the ball. This man is fast. Kulusevski cannot catch up. We've already got 5 men defending, so I don't think he'll be able to get it into the box. We take the ball away from him. He decides to wait a bit too long, and his fellow attackers are not anywhere close. There's literally no one to pass to. Maddison with the ball, he turns around. Where is that guy going? Pass to Richarlison. Will he be quick enough? He's past the defenders. He shoots. He scores. The keeper had no idea of knowing where that ball would go. And Richarlison goes ahead to do the pigeon dance, and Maddison joins him in that. Absolutely peak FC24 content. And hopefully we'll be seeing more of that dance. The defenders absolutely let their keeper down, letting Richarlison to have his space, and when he's in front of goal, he's going to score. So we're 1 goal up, and hopefully we can keep this up and possibly even win the trophy. Win the first trophy of our season. Leverkusen have had possession of the ball since we started again after the goal, and they're trying to make a hole through our defense, but our defenders are standing firm. Back pass. The back pass was really good, but Bissouma managed to catch the ball. Onto Son, he manages to knock the ball ahead of him. There's a quick defender chasing after him, but he manages to maintain his composure. The ball is with Udogie. We'll try and pass to Son, try and make a small run. We have 2 options, shoot directly or to pass to one of the players. There's somebody open. Maddison shoots. Decent power. He's knocked it into the other side of the post. Second goal. And we're not even at halftime yet. Absolute class from Maddison to actually get the ball in. Shot power was decent, and we've definitely taken away the motivation from our opponent. It'll be much harder for them to come back, but let's try not concede a goal, because once we concede a goal, they will go beast mode. 2 goals up. This is the closest our opponents have gotten to scoring. He tries to turn around somehow loses his balance and we get the ball. Son again trying to make the run. Udogi with the ball, there's not much we could have done there. His sprint pace is actually really good. Son is now a bit too far and we risk offside. So let's try and build this up slowly. Try and get some players to start to attack. Bissouma with the ball, there's a run by Richarlison, but what a tackle by the defender. Ta came in sliding and saved the team. Now a bit of a counter-attacking situation. Our defense is looking okay, not as lined up as it should be. There's someone making a run on the far right corner, but Udogi spots him and starts chasing. Bissouma is absolutely thrown on the ground, but Udogi catches a ball. Son with the ball, try and knock it ahead. Yes, we've gotten past the defender. Richarlison is trying to make a run. Try not to get it too far ahead of him because the defender will end up taking it. I tried to make a pass, but it was just a bit too late. Kulusevski with the ball. We could try a power shot, but another amazing tackle by the Bayern Leverkusen players. I thought that would have gone in, but the tackle was perfectly timed. 1 minute of extra time, so this could possibly be the last play. Let's try and take another shot. The keeper saves it. I wonder if we'll get a corner. If we do, there's a possibility of scoring. They sub a player out right before halftime. That is interesting. Kulusevski with the corner on the side. Left foot into the box. What a goal. Now when I said our defenders can defend and also score, I was not joking. Power header by Romero. He's absolutely happy. He's gotten a goal to his name in the first game of the season. Well, technically this is an off-season goal, but he's boosted us and we're heading into halftime 3 goals ahead of our opponents. Keeper was nowhere near the ball, defender did not manage to head it out. Lovely start to the first game. Second half is underway, not much going on, but it will start to get tense towards the end of the game. The Bayern defense has been quite difficult to get through this second half, but we are getting as many players as we possibly can up to attack. Højbjerg has the ball, he makes a run, Madison is open, the defenders do not attempt anything, he scores his second goal of the match. We're now currently 4 up, braced by Madison and he slides. Unfortunately it doesn't seem like they added the dart celebration that he usually does, but that does not diminish the goal that he just scored. So far so good, the team is looking absolutely OP. Højbjerg has to be given credit for that play. He doesn't start as much as the likes of Bissouma and Sar, but he can really play. He's very key even in the attacking sense. We will now sub off some of the players so that we can at least give the other players a chance to play. We have to keep rotating because we've got so many players that some of them could possibly get upset because of lack of game time. But we've got class even in our bench. Prospect players that look like they're going to do really well, and I feel like Lo Celso could actually cook in here. Poro gets past Ta, crosses the ball. Finder manages to get that one. Poro falling on the ground for whatever reason after trying to head the ball. Ooh, there is a nasty challenge on Wanyama. That should at least be a yellow card because that is criminal. At this point it's just the frustration of the opposing team. And here comes a card. That was quite a risky challenge, but in all honesty he timed it right. It's just that Wanyama happened to get his foot under the player. And upon looking at it a second time, it's a tricky one. Kulusevski with the free kick. I had subbed off Madison straight at the keeper. Not enough power, but that's a skill issue on my end because I'm not that good at penalties and free kicks. But by the end of the season, I should hopefully be somewhere. Grimaldo versus Udogi. Grimaldo manages to get ahead, but Udogi is pulling him. He's managed to get the break. Van de Ven does not allow him to get into the box, or at least into a more dangerous position than he was in. Udogi with the ball, he makes a run, sends Grimaldo. Hopefully we'll cross to Son. If Son makes a run, he's done it. He's remained onside and we have a lot of free space. We just need to cross the ball in. A bit too far, the defender decides to run backwards instead of clearing the ball. Timo Werner gets the ball a bit too far. And it's Wanyama back with the ball. He tackles, manages to stay with the ball and pass it onto Højbjerg, onto Lo Celso. Across all the way over to Udogi, who makes a quick run. Let's see what he can do from here. Across into the box. Grimaldo sent sliding again by Udogi's pass. Son attempting to shoot. The defender blocks it. Werner with the ball. He shoots. He gets it in his first game in Spurs. And he scored a goal. Werner and Richarlison having an absolutely lovely day. They are not missing. Complete menaces up there in front of goal. Behind the defender into the post. No wonder the keeper did not see that coming. Hoffman with the ball, he makes a pass, but they cannot progress. Nice skill move there to avoid Højbjerg from getting the ball, switches to the right, to the left, and sends Lo Celso flying. Werner is trying to take the ball back, but they manage to get it into the attacking player. The guy on the left is quite offside, but this is a really difficult position. Hoffmann with the ball, but Højbjerg manages to retain the possession. He intercepts the ball and we're back with possession. Van de Ven sprinting, a bit of a skill move before he passes it to Højbjerg, who passes it to Wanyama. Or to Kulusevski, a bit too far. A few more substitutions, albeit a bit too late, but at least the players cannot complain that they did not get game time. They got like 30 seconds. But that's full time. We've won the first match that we have played by quite a dominant display. In the next episode, we will be going against AC Milan and all the other top teams that will be in this Continental Cup. Hopefully we will claim a trophy before we start the Premier League season.